We got Khamzat Chimaev back in the news. And this guy can't stay out of the news. Now he's going through Ramadan right now. We're in April. So he's got 22 days left of Ramadan. It ends April 22nd. And right about that time, we should be getting some information on Khamzat Chimaev, who he's going to fight. A lot of people are saying Paulo Costa, as you'll see when we get to the Q&A a little bit later in the show. But Gilbert Burns is weighing in, and he's going off a little bit on Khamzat Chimaev, giving him a little bit of a compliment, but also talking about a middleweight division fight. He says he is very big, and he's going to do whatever he wants to do. He told MMA Junkie in Spanish, I like him. He's a great fighter. He fights very well, but talks a lot. If he's going to middleweight, then let's see it. When he first started, he was like, oh, I'll fight every weekend against anyone. I'm hungry. Now he doesn't fight, and months go by. So if you're going to move up in weight, then move up in weight. He talks a lot. I think after we fought, he changed his line of thinking. You know, and I would disagree with that. I don't think Khamzat has changed his line of thinking at all. And he would fight every week. The fact is that once you move up in the rankings, we said this a long time ago, before he beat Burns, that once he moves up, it's going to be nearly impossible for him to get a fight. And that's exactly what has transpired. Now, we can get on him for, you know, being down 7 pounds or missing weight by 7 pounds against Nate Diaz, but what did he gain from that fight? Nothing. That's why he wasn't really concerned about making weight. And he got within 3 pounds of making weight, and the UFC told him more or less to stop cutting weight. At least those are the stories that trickled out after the fact. How true are they? We don't know. But that's what's being said. And then they rescheduled the fight with Kevin Holland. He went in there and dropped him in a matter of a few minutes. It was easy.
Khamzat Chimaev!
So, you know, it is what it is. Burns goes on. I think at middleweight he'll do well, but those guys are very big. Like Paulo Costa, Alex Pereira, Robert Whittaker. Those are all very good. I think he returns to welterweight eventually. Yeah, I would agree with that. I think he does 1 or 2, but then he's going to see he's not the bully, the biggest guy. I think after that, he returns to the weight class, speaking of the welterweight division. Yeah, he'll return to the welterweight division after he wins the middleweight title. He doesn't need to be a bully, but he's much bigger at middleweight. I'm less concerned with him at middleweight than I am at welterweight because he's got to squeeze down into the weight. He's not at his strongest. At middleweight, he looks solid. And unfortunately, he's been battling in the welterweight recently. We haven't seen him in the middleweight division since, I believe, Gerald Meerschaert, who he beat in, 17 seconds? And Meerschaert's come back and won 4 of his last 5 fights, fighting this weekend or next weekend at UFC 287. So he beat a good fighter in 17 seconds, a guy who's 4-1 in his last 5. So don't think, you know, Gerald Meerschaert isn't Alex Pereira or Paulo Costa or Robert Whittaker, but he's still a very good fighter, make no mistake about it. So don't believe for a minute what Gilbert Burns is saying, except for the fact that he's a great fighter. I would agree with that part of it. But just because those guys are big, wait till you see how big Khamzat is at middleweight, because we haven't seen him at middleweight for, what, 2, 3, 4 years now? And when he comes back at middleweight, he'll look just as big as those guys. Don't worry about it. Khamzat is going to be strong in the middleweight, and he will be the middleweight champion. That's just my prediction. What's up? This your boy Chris Cross. Thanks for watching. Do me a favor, hit the subscribe button in one of the links below. Then click on one of them clips up above and enjoy yourself. Thanks for watching. Have a great day and God bless. Peace.